We're up to mitzvah number 84. This is a mitzvah aseh number 34 in the Torah, performative mitzvah, which is found only in Eretz Yisrael, and one Klal Yisrael that had the land, they owned it. It's a mitzvah in Mishpatim, found in Shemais Chav Gimel Pasuk Yud Aleph, Shemais 23 verse 11. It says, "V'hashvias tishmetena unetashta," and in the 7th year you should let it rest and lie fallow, meaning nothing. Nobody uses the land. You cannot do anything to the land. No working the land, no planting, no cutting, no pruning, all the other stuff that you would do to your trees and your stuff. You can't do it. Now this is the mitzvah of Shvius, of Shemitah. The sabbatical year, they call it. Those Jews living in Eretz Yisrael are commanded to leave all their land ownerless during the 7th year. Now recently, there has been last year was, actually 2 years ago, was the year of Shvius, or Shemitah. So someone came up with a brilliant idea. They bought a piece of land, and they sold people pieces of land. And that way, I live in America, so I'm not really working my land. So by letting it lie fallow during the 7th year, I get a mitzvah. So if you bought a piece of that guy's land, you took part in having the mitzvah. Very unique opportunity somebody thought of.
Somebody did that.
Very interesting idea, right? Yeah. So they were selling it all over the place. I think they gave the money to Tzedakah to help out the people who have, were in the Shemitah year, not working their own fields. So now, or maybe he just kept the money for himself to provide it for himself. All right. But bottom line is, during the Shemitah year, it is forbidden to do any work, sowing, plowing, etc., like we said, of improving the land or the produce. Now, any fruits or vegetables that grow during Shemitah must remain hefker. They've got to remain public property. Anybody can take them. So in other words, any person is allowed to go into any place that's owned by Jews during Shemitah, and you can take for yourself anything you want. You can take all that sroigim. Can't sell them. Can't do much. You can eat them. You can use them. Basically, you can go around. Excuse me?
Saved from the previous year for Sukkot?
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Whatever you grow, that's right. For the year before, number one. Oh, no, you can take them. So what do they do? You mean, what do they? So they sell, they play some kind of thing, like they sell the box. But no, seriously, what you have to do is, it costs money to move the stuff around. There's work involved. There's a lot of stuff. It's usually not just, it's not the esrog that costs the thing. It's taking
labor.
care of stuff. It's
labor.
It's the labor. That's right. It's not the thing. It's the labor.
Somebody was doing esrogim in California or something.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of money that one year.
Yeah, the California esrogim. That's what I'm working for. I've been working building up my esrog trees and over there,
Florida.
Come Shvius. Forget about California. They'll be thinking Miami. Buy your Miami esrogim. All right, maybe California. All right. The owner of a field is forbidden to store large amounts of his stuff because this would deprive the poor people from being able to have something to eat, to go out into the field and take it. However, you can keep enough for your own needs. That you can keep in your house. When the owner of the field is permitted to eat the produce stored in his home, only as long as there's stuff still available in the fields. However, basically stuff for the animals out there. But if there's no more produce left in the field, the person has to take everything out of his storage, and it's got to be hefker. Anybody can take it. Now, when I was in Eretz Yisrael, they used to make, this is what they do. They have these shvia stores. Very cheap stuff. Now they have big supermarkets. So they have shvius produce. And they can tell you exactly, there's so much that's written, so many svarim and things. But there's a lot of people who are very knowledgeable about this now. So they have, let's say, certain things are very cheap because it's shvia stuff, and stuff comes from out of this country, comes from outside Eretz Yisrael, so they can charge more. But it's maybe better taken care of, and it's been fertilized, and I don't know, been pesticides and all the other stuff. Okay. Now, what's the reason of all this? It's to remind us that our fields do not give their power, but it's from Hashem, who is the master of all the lands. It's not us.